input data. Okay, so first of all, we'll see the question in detail. So inventory carrying cost $5 per unit. The subcontracting cost per unit $20. The average pay rate, okay, per hour $10. So the company will work daily 8 hours. So it means 10 into 8, $80 per day. Overall pay rate $17 per hour. It means 17 into 8 hours. So the total amount they have to pay if one employee will work 8 hours. The labor hours to produce per unit 1.6 hours to produce per unit. It means to produce one product or to manufacture one product, they will take 1.6 hours. Okay. Cost of increasing daily production rate is 300 per unit. Cost of decreasing daily production rate 600 per unit. Okay, so this is the detailed question. So this question will be useful to as a input data for all the three strategies. Okay, based upon the strategy, whenever we need input data, accordingly will come this slide. Okay, so wherever the I've given in question, this is black color. So here I mentioned red color, that is the answer. Okay, so just follow like this. So in this table, this first three columns, there are 6 months data they have given. Okay, January to June, expected demand. Okay, so the expected demand they have given in 6 months, and production days. The production days is in particular month how many days the company will work. Example, for January 22 days, February 18 days, March 21 days, April 21 days, May 22 days, June 20 days. Okay, this is the question. Now we have to calculate the total amount how much we'll spend. Okay, for that we have to add demand per day. Okay, demand per day means so total demand in that month by how many days the company will work in a particular month. So you'll get this demand per day, that is 900 by 22, you will get 41. Similarly, you can calculate for February month, the demand will come the 700. So 18 days the company will work. So it means that the demand per day you can calculate 700 by 18, you will get 39. Similarly, March and April, May, June. Okay, now my first strategy is in the level strategy, I have to maintain the production rate. Okay, in yesterday's class we discussed whatever the demand will fluctuate. Okay, but I will maintain some production rate in a line wise. Okay, so even if it is come less, okay, based on the requirement, so we'll get the material from previous month as from the inventory. So this, but my production is like average. Okay, so here also I just did one small graph. So this axis, x-axis, all will be like months, and y-axis will be your demand. Sorry, demand per day. Okay, so you can see 10 to 60. So because it is varying maximum to 70, you can have this is one more 70. Okay, so I just plotted the points. Okay, so in January my per day demand is 41. Okay, so I plotted one graph here. In February, per day demand is 39. February, so 39 I plotted here. In March, I plotted here. Okay, similarly, April 57 and May 68 and June 55. Okay, so after that, I have to plot a line to meet my strategy, that is level strategy. For that, what I have to do, I have to take the complete demand by the production, how many days the company will work. So you will get the average units demand per day. So that's what I did here. 6,200 by 124. You will get 50 units per day. It means to meet this plan. Okay, so either if it is per day demand 41 or 39 or 38, next 57 or 68 or 55, whatever demand will change in that month, but I will produce daily 50 units. So that's this dotted black line. Okay, so now my strategy is fixed. So based upon this graph, I understood that 50 units I have to uh, manufacture per day. Okay, so now next step 2 is, so I have to find the constant workforce. Okay, so how many workers I need now? Okay, so in January, whatever the data we have given, same I wrote it here. So demand forecast also as it is, you write it here. Okay, now the 3 more columns will come, so that we'll discuss now. So here we have to understand, so how many products, okay, we can make in that particular month. Okay, we know that per day we can manufacture only 50, but overall month how many we can make, that is 22 into 50. So you will get this 1100. Similarly, in February month, 18 working days, and each day I can make 50. This 50 is constant, complete 6 months. Per day you have to make 50 products. Okay, because it is line strategy, level strategy. So similarly, March, 21 days, your per day you have to make 50. Similarly, you will get 1050, and this is also same, you can do calculation, you will get these values. So these already we have from the question data. Now what I have to calculate here, monthly inventory change. So monthly inventory change means, as per yesterday's discussion, okay, so there is a fluctuation, demand increasing and decreasing and increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. So this is the line strategy, okay, level strategy. So what is happening now, why this plus and minus, I will tell you here. You can see here plus minus coming. So wherever our demand is 900, but you can see here first line, our demand is 900 but we produced 1100, means our demand is something like 900 here, but we produce 1100. Okay, so whatever the excess amount we produced or we manufactured, that will go and keep in our inventory, that is 200. This 200 comes from this 1100 I'm producing per day, and 900 is actual demand. So excess, why I'm excess, I'm producing 200. The 200 I'm keeping in as an inventory. Similarly, my demand is 700, but I am producing 900. So this is excess 200 I am writing here. Similarly, my demand is 800. I am producing 1050. So excess 250 is a inventory. It is positive sign. That's why. Now the changes will start from here. So my demand is 1200, but I am producing 1050. Okay, so that how much is back, it is like you have like minus 150 is back order. Okay, so that is you have to save this from the customer, from the getting the inventory from previous months. Okay, okay, then similarly your demand is 1500, and you are producing 1100. How much? Negative is 400. Okay, and similarly you have a demand is 1100, and the per day, yeah, like when you produce 50, you will get a minus 100. Okay, so now you have to see finally my ending inventory, how much it is there. Okay, so here you have to do ending inventory of each and every month. So this is very important. So in the end of the January month, you have in our warehouse 200 excess amount of inventory. The second month, the cumulative 200 plus this 200 plus 200 excess is coming total 400 end of the February. Then after completing of March month, the again accumulating 250 products, so that is 650. So again, when you go to end of the April, so here you need to have take the material from warehouse, that is 150. From 650, you are taking 150. You will get, you have in 500 inventory. Okay. So again, when you go to next month May, you produced 400. You produce something, and in you need extra 400 in products. So what you will do, you will go to inventory and you will take. Okay, similarly end of the June, you have only you produce something 1000 components from here, but you need still 100. You go to inventory warehouse and you will take that 100. Finally when you see in warehouse there are 0. Okay, so but you can see the total inventory, how much when you calculated how much you are maintaining 1850. This 1850 is very very important, because these many material you are keeping in inventory according month wise. Okay, so this is why important, because this inventory carrying cost, one word is there. So that word, how much your per product, if you keep that per product in 1 month, the amount of product and the interest you will keep, that is loss or that is expenditure to the company. So that is this 1850. Okay, are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this is okay. Now we have to understand that uh, we already calculated inventory, how much we are keeping inside. Now we have to understand how much we are expenditure we are putting towards the employees. Okay, now find the number of workforce produce 50 units per day. So here one part is over. Okay, so if you put this inventory carrying cost, you will get the inventory amount expenditure. Not only inventory, in company to produce there are workforce needed. So how much we are uh, giving salaries, so for to maintain this 50, that we have to calculate. Now from the question, for one unit, if you want to manufacture, we need 1.6 hours time. You can see here, there is a question. Yeah, labor hours to produce a unit, you need to have 1.6 hours produced per unit. Okay, so this is time, this much time to produce one component it is taking, but the company will work per day 8 hours. Okay, this is I'm calculating for product wise. Okay, so 8 hours. So what is the quantity we can make? Okay, for one unit you need to, you will take 1.6 hours time to produce, but 8 hours how many units you will produce, that is x. You just cross multiply 1.6 into x into 8, 1 into 8, you will get this x, you will keep there 8 by 1.6, you will get 5 units. It means in 8 hours a person can manufacture 5 units only. Okay, you understood, or I'm repeating once again? One unit production, they are taking, person is taking 1.6 hours time. Okay, if the person is staying the complete day, it means the person work the maximum 8 hours. How many products he can make, that is x. If you do cross multiply, you will get the 5 units. It means a maximum a person can make 5 units per day. Now, from this, what I need to understand from the table, previous table, to maintain chase level, to maintain this average production, how many how many people I need, that I want to know. Okay, so this value is 50, we know 50 by 5. Okay, so from this you will get how many workers needed to meet this daily production rate. Okay, so you will understand that 10 workers are needed. Okay, so once you get that this workers, you know that how much per worker, how much I need to pay. Okay, now that you can see here. So before that, I'm adding one more step, that is inventory carrying cost. So already we know the every month, if you see the total, you will get 1850. So each, based upon each month, I'm keeping this much inventory. So 1850 into each carrying cost. So inventory carrying cost from the person $5, you will get the $9250. So regular time labor, okay, how many labors we needed? That is this 10 workers, and each worker will work 8. Okay, so 8 into 10, you'll get 80 hours into this 124 will come from here. This 124 is this total 6 months. Okay, production days are 124. So total 124 days they will work, each daily 8 hours. Okay, 8 into 10 members, like 80, and these 10 workers will work. Okay, so totally the total cost would be 1,08,450. So remember, this is 1. So this 1 is when I'm using the plan 1. Okay, that is level strategy. So I am calculating, so the amount is coming 1,08,450. Okay, you just write down aside this part 1 amount, that is 1,08,450 in the paper now. So end of this 3 strategy, you have to tell me which I have to give as a suggestion to uh, use in that particular company. Okay, so 1,08,450. I hope everybody wrote this. So all of you understood this slide, or should I repeat once again? Should I repeat? Or not, no need, because already I explained very slowly, very neatly. Please tell me, anyone.
Sir, in the last regular time labor, 10 into 80 into 124 is there, na sir?
Uh-huh.
What is meet there 10?
So this is this 10 average rate. 10. Okay, per person we are paying this. Okay, so how many members? This 10 into each worker, I have to pay 10 into 8. Okay, because why 8 means these 10 workers will work 8 hours. So that's why 10 into 8. So totally 80. Okay, this 124 is your production days. Totally 6 months, this company will run this 124 days. So that is that 124. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I'm moving.
Sir,
Yeah.
if the forecast demand is more than previous month, then what strategy will be useful, sir?
If, tell me once again.
If starting month will be January, sir, then February is come now, sir. So,
Okay.
if the forecast demand will be more in February than January, then which strategy will be useful, sir?
Forecast is more than February.
Yes, sir. Forecast means February forecast demand is more than January.
Okay.
At that time, which strategy is useful, sir?
No, all three strategy can be useful. So, but you have to calculate end of this three. So, which is giving the lesser value? Based upon that, you have to choose.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, next thing is to maintain constant workforce a level at a level necessary to meet the lowest demand and to meet all the demand above the level of subcontracting. So here we are going, so subcontracting, and we are considering the lowest demand. Okay, so we already have this data. So first two column, month is and demand. Okay, production days also we have. So we have excess they have given in the demand per day. Okay, so now I have to calculate here from this plan 2. Okay, so when my company needed to send some material for subcontracting. Okay, so what I have to see now, the here is, so inside labor cost I need to have. Okay, if I send outside, how much they will take. Okay, so both the demand, both values have to consider here. Okay, so those two values have to consider and have to give the total amount. So that will be total amount from this strategy. So for that, what we are doing, the calculate the in-house production needed. Okay, so the thing is here, lowest demand we are meeting now. Okay, so lowest from all the demand is 38. Okay, so this 124 is the total working hours in particular 6 months. So you will get this. So next thing is calculate number of subcontracting units. Okay, so after taking some material to in-house, remaining material we have to send. So those products are these values. These are the total expected demand. Okay, from this we have taken 4712 in-house. Remaining you will go to for subcontracting. That's why we notations wise we did here 6200 minus 4712, 1488 we have to send for subcontracting. Okay, so now the calculate the regular time labor cost. Okay, here in this step you can see from the question, to make one unit we need 1.6 hours. Okay, but for 8 hours how many parts we can make. Okay, from this last question, from the last explanation also we got 5 units. But here one small change will come, that is minimum demand here we are considering, but in the last we have considered the total average demand. So here we are calculating minimum demand. So that is why from the question, the 38 by 5 you will get 7.6. Okay, so the regular time labor cost is this 80. Okay, and the 124 how many days, and 7.6 will be coming from this part. Okay, so totally you will get the labor cost of in-house production. Okay, these are the 80, 10 into 80, 80 workers, and 124 is your working days, and 7.6 will come from this average. This is minimum demand value. Okay, you will get this value. This value based upon your in-house production value rate. Okay, so now I have to calculate the subcontracting cost also. So I know that I have to send 1488 material. So if I send 1488 materials parts for manufacturing, get it done from them. So this 20 is your from the question. somewhere. Yeah, here the subcontracting cost per unit. If you want to get it done per part, you have to pay $20 to the supplier. So that value I've taken here is 20. So you will get to $29,760 in subcontracting you have to pay. So this one is in-house production cost you are spending, and this cost is subcontracting cost you are spending. So if you calculate both, you will get the total value. That value only I wrote here, 75,392 plus 29,760. This 29 from subcontracting. So this from when you do manufacturing from your company. Okay, the total value is coming 1,05,152. So please note down this value also. $1,05,152 from plant 2. Okay. So I am moving to chase strategy. The third strategy or plan 3. So here the third strategy is hiring and firing, or hiring or laying off of the employees. So in the last class, in description, we theory part we discussed, based upon the demand you have to chase. Okay, if it is needed more employee, more production, you have to hire this part. If it is suddenly decreasing the product demand, you have to remove some of the employees. Okay, whenever again it is increasing demand, you can hire. So this is chase strategy. Okay, so we'll see now. So this, as it is, you write the table. So Jan, this table and the forecasted or demand table. So daily production values, okay, already we have. You just note down as it is. Okay, so here the extra 3 columns will come. That is the basic production rate. Okay, so the basic production rate we can calculate from this simple formula. So how much demand is per month, and what is the labor hours to produce per unit. Okay, that is 1.6, and the pay rate per hour $10. Okay, totally $14,400 uh, per product, uh, for manufacturing of products in basic production rate in January month. Okay. Similarly, for February also, these two will be the same, and you have to vary this according to the month demand: 700, 800, 1200, 11. So based upon that, you will get these values. Okay. Now the question will come now from this: the extra cost of decreasing production cost. Okay, so here the production rate is reduced from 41 to 39. Okay, and production rate is reduced one more number. Production rate is increased suddenly 57. Production rate is increased again 68. Production rate is decreased again 55. So what we have to do now? We have to chase. Based upon the demand, based upon the production rate, you have to hire the employees. Now that step we'll do now. Extra cost of decreasing production cost. To hire and fire, just see this: 41 to 39. It is reduced the production rate. It means if it's a basic question. When the demand is reduced, you have to remove some employees. So how many employees we have to, based upon production rate? It is reduced to. Okay, so this production rate is reduced to, and if I reduce the production rate to, how much I have to pay for per unit? So that is 600 from the question. The production rate is cost of the decreasing daily production rate. I have to pay 600 per unit. Now, if I increase the production rate per day, I have to pay 300. Okay, it means if I have to pay, if I hide, if I reduce, if I remove, I have to pay per unit 600, something like that. Okay. Similarly, you can see from the question, now you are reducing. It means per product you are to pay 600. So based upon these two values, you can subtract, you will get 2, and you will multiply the 1200 production cost, because you are reducing employees here. Again, the production rate is reduced 39 to 38. It means 1. Okay, so it means if you are reducing one product unit production rate, so the 600. Again, you see here it is increased from 38 to 57. Okay, it means it is increasing suddenly the demand. Okay, based upon demand, you have to increase production rate. Okay, so that is why how much it is increased the production rate, it is 19 units it is increased. If I increase, how much I have to pay, that is 300, so you get this value. Similarly, again the demand is increased, so production rate increased. The production rate, how much increased, it is increased by 11, so it is 57 to 68, it means 11. So 11 into 300, so 3300. Okay, again you see here 68 to 55, it means it is reduced. Okay, when it is reducing this uh, production rate, okay, because the demand is reduced, based upon the demand production rate is reduced, based upon production rate you have to do some changes. So how much it changes, 13, and you are removing some employees, so that it is 600. Okay, so the value will come 7800. Okay, now you just after making this calculation, you just make sum of this. When you do removing the employees based upon the demand, how much I incur the expenses, you will get this value. Okay, if I increase or if I, when I hire the employees, so the value is this much. Okay, and the basic production cost. Okay, and this one. So now this column is like rechecking, like how much cumulative value. So basic production rate, you will get this 14,400. So this value comes from here. So basic production, okay, that is 11,200, and for removing the employees you are paying 1200 excess. So that is adding 11,200 plus 1200, you will get around 12,400. And third value, basic production rate 12,800, and removing some employees, for that you are paying 600 cost, accumulating total value is 13,400. Here also 19,200 production rate, and for you are hiring because demand is increased from 800 to 1200 based upon that production rate increase. For that you hired immediately few employees. Okay, for that you are paying excess 5700, and basic production rate you will get this value, and here production rate 24,000, and extra cost you are increased because the demand is increased, production rate increased. So that's why you hired some employees. So the incurred amount 3,300. So you are summing some, you sum of these two values. So you'll get this value. And in last, demand is suddenly it is reduced. When it is reduced, you removed some material, some employees. So that's why the amount you spent here. Okay, production rate cost, uh, incurred cost, so 7,800. So when When you sum this value and this value, you will get this value. Now you check this two, all the values when you do sum, you will get 1,07,800. Okay, and if you calculate this side also, you will get 11,000. Sorry, 1,17,800. Okay, so this is from strategy 3. Okay, so now you write this value also. Previously you wrote two values, so those two values, one from level strategy, you got some value, that is plan 1. So plan 2 is your subcontracting plan, so in that you got some value, and this third value is your chase strategy value, that this value comes from based upon the demand. You hired and fired employees and you chase that demand, so you found this value. Okay, and based upon these three, I need justification which I have to take. Rule number 327 is there. Quickly tell me which strategy I have to adapt. I am giving 5 seconds only. Okay, absent. Rule number 61. Absent. So I'm writing here. Rule number 55. Absent. Rule number 71. No response. Absent. Okay, very good. I'm taking and sending to for attendance. Okay, rule number 63. Not responding. Absent. Rule number 21. Absent. Rule number 91. Absent. Rule number 15.
Sir, subcontractor.
Who is he? What is your rule number?
315, sir. 315.
Okay. Rule number 320. Absent. Rule number 307, 306.
Sir, subcontract, sir. First method.
Rule
Line
number,
method, sir.
Rule number 324. Absent. Rule number 384. Absent.
Sir,
Rule number
first method, sir.
Who is he? What is your rule number?
322, sir.
Rule number,
17K 322.
Rule number 69. Absent. Rule number 371. Absent. 61 absent. $91 absent.
Sir, rule number 311.
I will repeat anyway.
Okay, sir.
72 absent. 80. Rule number 8 absent. Rule number 17 absent. 31 absent. 28 absent. 59 absent. 50 absent. 3 absent.
Sir, 303, sir. 18K,
Sir,
sir.
8 was present, sir.
303
18K.
present.
Sir, yes, sir. 18K, sir. Lateral entry, sir.
I'm talking about 17K.
Sorry,
Sir,
sir.
308 present, sir.
When I'm calling the numbers, they have to respond. Okay, not
Yes, sir.
now.
I was waiting for your call. You are not calling my number. I was waiting, sir. I'm present.
Okay. What is your roll number?
308.
Okay. 312.
Present, sir.
Sir, say with that series, no, sir, number series 17K or 18K. We can't understand which number you are calling.
Okay. 18K 324.
Sir,
Okay.
present, sir.
17K 84. Absent. Okay. Who's having answer now? Tell me.
Contractor.
So anyway, I record that your attendance. This I will send to Vinay sir. Tell me, which is the suitable suggestion or suitable plan for the company?
First method, sir.
First method. What is your rule number?
306, sir.
306. Can you read out that three strategy values?
Sir,
Can you read out three strategy values? How much we got? Answer.
first method 1,08,000, 8,450, sir.
Second.
1,05,000. Sorry, sir. Second method suitable, sir.
Any other student? Rule number 15.
Yeah.
What is the suitable strategy?
Second one.
Why? What is your name? 315?
Vishal, sir.
Huh?
Vishal.
Vishal.
Sir.
Vishal, can you read out second strategy value?
1,05,625.
First strategy?
I did not know.
Why? See, the complete record is with Sammaya sir and
Sir, in
Vinay
level
sir.
strategy, it was given that 50 units per day.
Hmm. So what is the minimum value among all these three?
Second one, sir.
So what is the suggestion?
Second one, we have to do.
Second one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you just see the slides today. Okay. So I will send this week one more question to all of you. Okay. So this is one more chance I'm giving to everyone. Okay. Whomever they'll write the answers and send that mail to me. Okay. Then only I will consider the attendance for them for the next class.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.